Hello and welcome to our new grammar lesson on compound and complex sentences. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to. So let's start with a simple sentence. So what is a simple sentence? It's the sentence that has a complete subject and a complete predicate. What does this mean? For example, the rainforest is being destroyed. Now, if we look at the sentence, it's a complete sentence. It has a complete subject, which is the rainforest, and a complete predicate, which is being destroyed. And now I have one complete subject, one complete predicate. So this is only a simple sentence. Now let's take a look at the compound sentence. You have studied before that a compound sentence is composed of two simple sentences, and there is a conjunction in between, a comma and a conjunction. What are the conjunctions? And, but, or. Is this in your lesson? No, you have studied this since grade 3. So for example, the same sentence, the rainforest is being destroyed, a comma, and many of its plants and animals are disappearing. So I have two complete simple sentences. What are they? The rainforest is being destroyed. The other sentence is many of its plants and animals are disappearing. Okay, I have in the middle a comma, a conjunction, and so this is a compound sentence. So what is a complex sentence? I think this is a little bit from grade 5. A complex sentence has one independent clause. Actually, this is last week's lesson also. An independent clause, we said that the independent clause are these complete sentences that can stand alone and they have a complete full meaning. Okay, and one or more dependent clauses. So one or more dependent clause. We said that the dependent clause cannot, it's a sentence also, it has a subject and a predicate. It has a meaning, but the meaning is not complete. It's still something that is missing in the meaning. And it is introduced by a conjunction word such as if, because, after, or since, and many other words as well. What is the, we have studied this before, this was last week's lesson. Like what? The rainforest is the same example. The rainforest is being destroyed. This is the first independent clause. Now it is an independent clause. Why? Because it's put in a complex sentence. Because conjunction, and now a dependent clause. People cut down too many trees. Because people cut down sorry, this is too many trees. Okay, so because people cut down too many trees, this is a dependent clause. It cannot stand alone. Why? Because of this conjunction. Because I didn't mention the cause. Okay, the rainforest is being destroyed. So what is this sentence? It's a complex sentence. Why? Because it has two clauses. One an independent clause and the other is a dependent clause. What is the dependent clause? It has a conjunction at the beginning of it. Because if, when, since, after, before. Okay. Yes, this is the new tip of today, which is the compound complex sentence. What is compound and complex sentence all together? Yes. What does this mean? Has more than one independent clause, very well, and at least one dependent clause. Yes, like what? So it has a one independent clause or it has more than one independent clause and at least one dependent clause. So many clauses are attached together. So what are the conjunctions? Look here. Because, what is because? A conjunction. What does it introduce? And a dependent clause. So I have the first thing, the dependent clause. Because people cut down too many trees. This is the dependent clause. And then I have a comma. Why? Because I started with the dependent clause. Now I have the independent clauses. The rainforest is being destroyed. And then a comma. And what is this? And, yes. So this is a compound sentence. The rainforest is being destroyed and many of its plants and animals are disappearing. This is a compound sentence. Yes? This is a compound sentence. And this compound sentence, which is composed of two simple sentences or two independent clauses, these are the same. Independent clauses are like simple sentences, and they are attached to one dependent clause, which is because people cut down too many trees. You got this? So I have two conjunctions in the compound complex sentence. So compound means that I will see and, yes, a comma and then and, or a comma and then but, yes, and a comma and then or. Very well. And then I have a complex sentence. What the complex sentence means is that I will have a dependent and independent clause. Dependent clause starts with because, if, when, after, before. Okay, so when you look at the sentence, you look for these clues, the conjunction words. So let's exercise. I like this background. Write simple, compound, complex, or compound complex to identify each sentence. So let's look at the first sentence. Because, what's because? First I'll underline it. Now I have a dependent clause, good. So maybe I have a complex or compound complex. Because they have leaves year round, tropical, here I have a comma. Tropical rainforest trees are evergreen trees. So how many sentences or how many clauses do I have? Only two. I have only two. I have here the conjunction word because, and this one is an independent clause. Tropical rainforest trees are evergreen trees. So what is the type of the sentence? It is a complex clause. Complex sentence. Yes. Yeah, I should buy the pen that she told me about. Okay. Okay. The trees grow tall and close together. How many sentences do I have, or how many clauses do I have? Only one. What about this and, teacher? Do you see a comma? No, I don't see a comma. Do you see here a subject? No. Do you see here a predicate? No. Tall and close. This is an adjective. So this and is not counted. I'm going to erase. Is not counted as an indicator of anything. Just a simple and. Okay. So, yes, this one. So what this? It's a simple sentence. Very, very simple one. Good. The forest ranger warned the hikers, and then a comma. Oh, and I have a but here. So, but they did not listen. How many sentences or clauses do I have? Only two. And here I have but in the middle. So what kind of sentence this is? Do I have because, if, after? No. So this is a compound sentence. Yes, I should have added these things. Wow, good one. Okay, so let's look at these blue oranges. Okay, after the rain ended, and a comma, animals hunted and the birds sang. Oh, yeah. What did I forget at the beginning? I have here after. Yes, it is a conjunction. Yes, an indicator of what? Or of a dependent clause. Yes, what is this one? Animals hunted and birds sang. What is this sentence? What is this clause? It's an independent. Oh, no. It's an independent clause. Maybe I have to erase this. Yes, it's an independent clause. So if I have an independent clause and a dependent clause, so I have a complex clause. Very obvious. Yes. Okay. Yeah, what about this and? What about this and? Is this the compound? No, it's not the compound and. Look here. Is there a comma? No. Do you see after and a subject or a predicate? No, it's only animals and birds. I am listing two things, animals and birds. Okay, let's go to number 2 here. Whenever she came, a comma. Yeah, teacher, you missed the whenever. This is a conjunction. Whenever she came and a comma. Good. So I have here a dependent clause. Paula wakes before sunrise. Yeah, so this is an independent clause. If I have a dependent clause and independent, so I have a complex sentence. So till now we didn't count the compound complex, right? Still good. I love this blue. Do you like hot, humid weather? First, this is a question interrogative sentence, so it's a sentence. Do you like hot, humid weather? So I have a comma here. Yes, if I want to think clearly about this sentence, I should change it into a declarative sentence. So I like, so if it is you, when I answer this question should be I like hot, or make it with you, it's okay. You like hot, humid weather. Do you see any two sentences here? No, what about this comma? It's only I am counting hot, humid, hot and humid. There is no and, there is no after the comma, there is no subject, no nothing. It's only two adjectives. Before the comma an adjective, hot, and after the comma also an adjective. So I have here a very simple sentence. Okay, so here we're going to choose, right? So it's not right, it's a choose the letter of the phrase that identifies each sentence. Many plants provide food, but we have not discovered most of them yet. So I have a very obvious comma and a but. What do you think? Simple? Not simple. I have two sentences. Compound? Oh, yes, maybe, because the compound has a conjunction and but or. Do I have a but here? Yes. So this is very interesting. I think this is the answer. It is a complex. Is it a complex? Do you see any after, if, since, because? No. Compound and complex, we have only two, not three sentences or clauses. The heavy rain had soaked everything in camp. Soaking rain. So let's think about it. Do you see any commas? No. Do you see any ands or buts or ors? No. Do you see any becauses or afters or whenevers or whatever? No. What do you see? I see here two parts of a sentence. A complete subject, complete predicate. Very well, and it's a very simple sentence. Thanks a lot. Please attend the VCR with me because we're going to answer questions from your practice book. Thank you and see you.